And so if that's what you want, if you want like your pickup truck to feel more substantial, then the Sierra gives that to you. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the all-new GMC Sierra 1500 Denali. Now this is a quote-unquote baseline Denali, if you can say that, because it's still a Denali, but ultimately it's not an ultimate, so it's not like, you know, the crazy loaded up version. Anyways, before we get in this video, a huge shout out and thank you to the National GMC here in American Fork, Utah, for giving me some time with this truck. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for David. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 5.3 liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 16 around town, and then 20 on the highway, with power outputs being 355 horsepower and then 383 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see it's flat there in the center, and then it's kind of raised off on either side, you know, normal GMC styling. We've got these really cool daytime running lights there with the LED headlamps, and then notice we've got this blinged out chrome grille. It's kind of the Denali way. We've got the GMC logo in the center with the camera just down below the logo, and then here at the bottom you guys can see we've got some fog light action, parking sensors, tow hooks, and then a body painted bumper. And putting it all together, this is a really good looking truck, especially with the front end. Cover on the side here, tire and wheel setup is 275/60/20 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see we've got the chrome trim on the wheels as well because, well, it's a Denali, right? And then more chrome trim around the 5.3 liter V8 badge. We've got chrome trim on the mirrors. We've got another Denali logo down below. Notice the door handles also chrome, side steps also chrome, window trim also chrome. And then for those of you wondering, this does still utilize leaf springs in the back. And then here is your full side view on the truck, and you guys will note that this has a 6.5 foot long bed. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock function, our lock function, remote start, and then the drop down for the tailgate, and then GMC logo there on the back. Now, popping into the bed area, we have a payload capacity of 1,485 pounds with this specific truck. And then you guys can see we've got some LED bed light action. You've got this grab handle that goes with the multi-pro tailgate. And then it says Denali there at the end. It's probably hard to see because of the sun right now. And there's an outlet here in the back as well. And then since this has the multi-pro, you just press the button here, and then this part of the tailgate will pop down, and then you just pull that latch, and it turns into a step system. It does have a 375 pound weight limit. And when you're all done with the step system, just kind of push that part into place, make sure it locks, and then just lift up the rest of the tailgate in one fell swoop. So we've got the signature C-shaped taillights here, and then you guys can see GMC here on the tailgate with Denali down below. We've got parking sensors here at the bottom with the squished exhaust tips. Towing capacity, if you're wondering, is 9,000 pounds. And putting it all together, I'm just a big fan of the GMC Sierra styling, no matter what package it is, really. Now, taking a look at the door panel here in the rear, you guys can see really nice leather trim here at the top. Look at the wood trim. And then down below, we've got this cool cross-stitch design, and then you can see the piping down below that. And all together, it looks really good. Now, taking a look at these seats, you've got like the cowhide texture. It's probably hard to see with that camera viewpoint, so I'll pop down below. Hopefully, you can see it a little bit better there. But notice perforated. Actually, here on the side, you can really see the cowhide texture there. Again, cross-stitching as well, and then there is under seat storage, and then here's like a full view of those back seats. Legroom back here is fantastic. You guys can see a little storage pocket. We've got some cup holders there at the top, heated seats, USBs, and some vents. And then headroom's also solid. And would you look at this, we got a cup holder armrest. Now, taking a look at the front door panel here, you guys can see the padding at the top, and then look at the wood trim that goes across, and then again, look at the cowhide texture there with the cross stitching. We've got this cool Denali plaque right there. Window controls, notice the front two are automatic. You got your power folding mirror function, memory seat function as well, and then blind spot monitoring with the mirror. Taking a look at the front seat, you can see again with that cowhide texture, Denali there at the top of the seat, perforated all down the center portion. And we've got our power adjustments here, and then another Denali plaque. Now I've got our parking brake right here. This is our drive line select. Notice it has 4-wheel auto, 4-wheel high, 2-wheel high, and then 4-wheel low. Drive mode selects built in with our trailer tow mode as well. And then you got your light controls right here with the steering wheel adjustment that is power. taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got really nice leather trim all around. Radio controls in the back with our paddle shifters for the 10-speed automatic. We also have our controls for the center stack. We've got our heated steering wheel button on the steering wheel with our cruise control. And then turn signal windshield wiper stock. Now, taking a look at the gauge cluster, it's a full digital gauge cluster, and in the center you can scroll through different menus to see different bits of info on the truck and systems within the truck. And then we do have those drive modes. So first off, you got tow haul mode, and it'll show the Sierra towing a trailer, and then we have a sport mode and then an off-road mode as well, and it shows little animations with both of those. Now in reverse, you can see that this truck is equipped with the 360 camera system, so you can see out of every single angle with the truck. Now that camera view is kind of a potato cam, that's for sure, but the rest of the camera views are pretty solid, so good camera system. As for the rest of the touchscreen, first off, we'll slide this over so that the camera doesn't freak out. You have that auxiliary tab there on the side. Got the main screen. Response time is pretty solid. We have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and then you've got your like sidebar here, so like for the home screen button. But if you don't feel like pressing that home screen button, you have another home screen button right next to a volume control. Well, before I was rudely interrupted by the radio, I was going to tell you guys we've got a massive stop-start button here, and then you guys can see dual zone climate controls, heated and ventilated seats here with the Denali, and then we've got our lane departure, parking sensors, auto stop-start, tailgate drop-down with the multi-pro. It cannot raise up itself. And then you've got your hazard lights, stability control, hill descent control, and then all the windows will roll down at once. So you got some storage space here, and then you guys can actually see some USB action. Shifter for the 10-speed automatic transmission with the trailer brake control right behind it. A couple cup holders, and then look at the center console again with that cowhide texture, and then it's perforated in the center. It does have a wireless phone charging pad, and decent storage, some USB action, and a full outlet. Now the Denali gives you this really nice trim all over the dash, but my favorite part is the wood here, because notice it has like this burnt effect where it's like black and then goes to brown. I think that's cool. It functions as a normal glove box, and then again, look at the cowhide texture down below. And then if we pull the handle here, you can see the bottom glove box pretty normal as well. Now up top here, we do have a power sliding rear window, as you can see, and then a sunroof as well. There's quite a bit of glare, so it's kind of hard to see the window sticker, but anyways, 2023 Sierra 1500 Denali. Base MSRP up here, rather, 69,500. This has a few options added to it. Total MSRP, 73,435. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors, then throughout the rest of the rear, and let's set off. Well, this 360 camera system definitely helps out in tight parking spaces, but setting off in the Sierra Denali, and something to mention is there's actually not a huge like perceivable difference between, you know, like the drive of like a base model Sierra and then like a more loaded up one like this. There's a little bit of a difference, but unless you drive the trucks back to back, you're not really going to actually notice it. Now, the first thing that you will notice with the truck, however, really smooth the ride quality. You know, body on frame, has leaf springs, has a solid rear axle, but they've done a really good job with the overall setup. But this does still have kind of more of like a traditional truck feel, if that makes sense, where it feels, you know, larger, feels heavier. And so if that's what you want, if you want like your pickup truck to feel more substantial, then the Sierra gives that to you. Seat comfort's pretty good here with the Denali package. I feel like the bottom of the seat's soft, and then the back of the seat is a little bit harder. So it's kind of interesting that it just feels different on both ends. That is a lot of birds. Let's hope we don't get pooped on. Yeah, it's smooth. Powertrain's smooth too. You can get a lot of powertrains with this truck, which I really like. You can get this 5.3, you can also get the 3.0 inline 6 Duramax, you can also get the 6.2 V8, and so I feel like there's pretty much a powertrain for everyone with the Denali. They don't have a hybrid option yet. Don't know if they'll ever do that at this point. They obviously have the fully electric one coming out soon, but you know, I think a hybrid Denali, I think that would actually sell pretty well, especially if it was like a plug-in hybrid. But let's get our little acceleration here. Yeah, 5.3 does good. It does well. So solid powertrain overall. So let me know what you guys think about the Denali, but I think that as a luxury truck, it does a really good job. Again, ride quality is good. Seat comfort's pretty solid. And I think it has a luxury truck appearance as well. It's got the look, so it's got everything that you'd want from a luxury truck, frankly. And if you want even more, you got the ultimate with the massaging seats and everything. That's gonna sum things up with our video on this Sierra Denali. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the National GMC here in American Fork, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the info in the description down below. Ask for David. I'll see you.